We love what a Madone is. It means something to us at Trek. Coming up on the 10th anniversary of the Madone, we needed to do something special. When you take on a project to make something like that better, it's really, really intense.
Trek is never standing still. They're always ahead of everybody else.
I got a little bit of experience riding with the Madone. That 1%, that 0.5% is the difference between winning and losing so often.
When we went to the drawing board to see, what are you really going to do to make a Madone better? We summed it up in one word: fast. We had to identify what fast is. What is fast? Fast to us is two major things: aerodynamics and weight. Focusing in on aerodynamics, Trek was already a leg up on our competition. We make the fastest bike on the planet.
Aerodynamics really played a big part in the development of the speed concept. We pushed the envelope and we developed the KVF.
KVF is our camtail virtual foil, and what that really is a shape that kind of tricks the air into thinking it's a longer airfoil than it actually is.
When we took the bike, we actually made it in a 3D model, brought it into CFD, and we could basically go from the very front of the bike to the rear and see at each point where the drag is. This is a real eye-opening experience because you start at the very front of the tire, you go through the wheels, and you hit that fork, and you start noticing the drag going up. And it was a perfect place to apply the KVF technology.
We're able to leverage that in all of our tube shapes on the bike. We put it in the fork blades, the down tube, the seat tube, and even in the seat stays. We built prototypes that we could take to the wind tunnel to study their aerodynamics. And from that, we'd actually come back, make changes, and make more prototypes and go back to the wind tunnel.
We did some smoke and we did some photography. Sure enough, you could actually see that virtual tail and the air eerily just swirling around at that back part of the shape.
What we've discovered is that the new design is proven in the wind tunnel to save up to 25 watts. And what we've done is made this year's Madone the most aerodynamic Madone we've ever made. One of the things we had a chance to try was even greater amounts of integration. If you look carefully, you'll notice the front brake and the rear brake are blended carefully into the frame.
What we did is actually examine existing brakes and realize that there's some redundancy, and we were able to remove some of those parts, so we got a weight reduction. But we also were able to tuck the brake really nicely into the fork. Locating the rear brake where we did allows the seat stays to just be this clean, beautiful statement.
We've cleaned up that area. Normally there is a brake cable where the rider's legs funnel air through. It's no longer there. We looked at the new Madone and said, how can we make it lighter? We don't want to lose stiffness, we don't want to lose efficiency, but we want to make it lighter. We started looking at the shapes. That's the first step. Then we took a look at the materials that went into those shapes. Where did we need to have the stiffness? Where could we take weight out? Those are all things that we did a lot of studies in FEA. We have engineers that work full time, and that's all they do, is just basically load in the ideas that we come up with. We even sweated the details when it came to painting. Typically, a paint job on a bike could be 40 or as much as 80 grams. We went to the engineers who designed the paint and the graphics, and we said, we worked really hard to get these frames light. We worked really hard to take out a few grams here, a few grams there. What can you do? They came back with a big smile on their face and they said, what about less than 5 grams?
Our athletes weren't really asking us for a faster bike, a different bike, something better. We had to make it better. The all-new Madone is about gain everything, give up nothing. When we showed the team this bike, they said, well, we've already won. It's standing on the line. We're gonna win.
I don't see how anybody can ever do any better than that,
You look at the new Madone, how much faster it's going to be aerodynamically. That is the difference between winning the stage and losing the stage.
The all-new Madone is everything. It's faster, it's lighter, and it's the Madone you love.